Welcome to Founders Future, a podcast powered by Closers.io, where we explore the journeys of visionary entrepreneurs and uncover the strategies fueling their success. I'm your host, Jay Encarnacion, and in each episode, we dive into the stories behind transformative businesses, the obstacles they've overcome, and their plans for growth. Today, we are excited to welcome Allisa Verhille, the founder and executive coach of Dracarys Coaching. With over 25 years of experience, Allisa empowers CEOs, C-suite executives, and women in leadership across industries like technology and healthcare to unlock their potential and lead authentically. Founded to support high-achieving professionals, Dracarys Coaching, based on its mission-driven approach, is redefining executive leadership and career growth. We'll dive into her founding story, how her business transforms lives, and her vision for scaling this impactful venture. Being said, let's get right into it. Allisa, welcome to Founders Future.
Thank you, Jay. I truly appreciate the invitation to be a part of Founders Future. You've really created something rare here. This is a space where we're not just talking about growth metrics or business wins, but about meaning, about the why behind the work. And I think that matters more than ever right now because people are waking up. They're no longer satisfied with the surface level success. They want something deeper, truer, more aligned. They want to build futures that actually feel like theirs.
I absolutely love it. And it's truly an honor to have you on the show, Lisa. So I would love for you to start at the beginning for our listeners here. What specific
Sure.
challenge in the executive leadership or career growth space really inspired you to start Dracarys Coaching?
Sure. I want to talk a little bit around not just how Dracarys Coaching was built, but why it exists, and more importantly, how we're igniting the future of transformation in a way that's radically different from anything else in the coaching space. So I'm going to take you on a journey, not just through the story of how my company came to life, but through something far deeper. This is about what it really means to transform, to let go of what's no longer serving you, and to stop living half lit,
Mm.
to ignite that fire within and live from that flame without apology. Dracarys Coaching, it wasn't born in a pitch deck or a perfect business plan. It was born in fire from personal reckoning, from soul level disruption that stripped everything away until only truth was left.
Mm.
I'm a childhood cancer survivor. I was
Wow.
13 years old when a tumor in my foot changed my entire life.
Wow.
Overnight, my identity as an athlete, a confident young girl, a kid who could run and play and lead, it all shifted. But what people didn't see was the fire that woke up inside me because of that. So you don't go through something like that without learning early that time is sacred, life is fragile, and your voice, your true voice, matters more than you think. Let that linger with you and think for just a minute the magnitude of that. Because even with that fire lit so young, I still did what a lot of us do. I grew up, I entered the world,
Mm.
and I started trading pieces of myself for approval, for perfection, for success. I checked all those boxes for college, corporate career, promotions, leadership roles. And yet, the deeper I climbed, the more disconnected I felt. Can you relate to that?
Absolutely.
That quiet ache that
Yep.
still whispers in you that says, this isn't it. That
Mhm.
moment when you look around at the life you've built, the LinkedIn title, the salary, the calendar that's full of meetings, and you realize you've been performing a role someone else wrote for you.
Mm.
That moment, that was the ignition. And there came a day when I asked myself a question that changed everything. What's the fire I've been dimming to keep others comfortable? That question cracked me wide open and burned away my excuses. And in the ashes of that realization, Dracarys Coaching was born. A lot of people say, why Dracarys? Because the name Dracarys is familiar to many. We've all listened to the Game of Thrones, all of
Yeah.
that. And and Dracarys is actually a command for dragon fire.
Mm.
But for me, it wasn't about destruction. It meant something far deeper. Dracarys became a symbol of truth that burns through illusion, of rebirth, of awakening.
Mm.
It's the moment that you stop pretending and tolerating the version of yourself that you've outgrown. It's the moment you stop playing small and reclaim your voice. It's when you stop managing your light and you start living fully in the truth of who you are.
Absolutely amazing. I love that. So, Alisa, I would love to get into the nuts and bolts of what you're doing
Sure.
with your cars here for our listeners. So, I have a three-part question for you here. It's going to be around what the core offer is. I know you have tailored executive coaching, leadership development intensives. How is that offer structured for your clients, and who is the ideal client that you like to work with here with Dracarys?
Okay. So let me paint a picture for you.
Yeah.
Imagine a world where the best leaders aren't the loudest, but
Mm.
they're the most aligned, where success isn't defined by speed or scale, but by soul, where burnout is no longer a badge of honor and alignment is the strategy, not the reward. Imagine organizations that are built on trust, teams that are led by truth, and executives who know how to listen to their intuition and lead with precision. Imagine the generations of people who don't have to recover from their careers because
Mm.
they built them on purpose from the start.
Yes.
That's the world that we are helping create, and that's the fire that we're here to protect. Thinking about what's making us different, the coaching world is pretty saturated. It has things such as mindset hacks, performance tools, morning routine formulas. They all have their place too. And I'm not discounting any of that. But for high achievers who've already reached external success, those things barely scratch the surface.
Mm.
Now, at Dracarys Coaching, we don't teach optimization. We guide transformation. There's no templates, no cookie cutter blueprints. We co create immersive personal experiences that bring people back to themselves. And we do it by using our proprietary framework that integrates things such as deep identity work, energetic and behavioral alignment, strategic clarity, sustainable embodiment of leadership. This isn't a fix, it's a return. And what does it look like in practice? So we work with high achieving professionals, visionary founders, values driven teams. They come to us feeling successful but restless, fulfilled but flat, capable but disconnected. They don't need more motivation, they need reconnection. And that's what we offer. So, in our services of one on one executive coaching, leadership and business consulting, team leadership development masterclasses, we even offer career reinvention tools like our resume and interview mastery trick. And most recently, the Flame Keepers Journal app. Now, this smart app bridges the reflection and action using AI intuitively to help you to see what your intuition already knows. It's not just smart, it's soulful because transformation that lasts is transformation that aligns with who you really are.
Amazing. Absolutely incredible. So many amazing offers there. And it's just clear as day here, Alisa, that the passion and the drive that you have, you're really bringing that quality to the leadership teams that you're working with here. So walk us through. I would love to hear a bit about the acquisition side. What's working best for you with Dracarys around new leads coming in, what that client acquisition looks like, what channels have been most effective for you on that front, Alisa?
Sure. So what we've been using is we are an elite professional through
Hmm.
bark.com. I get a lot of leads through that, a lot of opportunities for people, and I'm selectively choosing those leads that are specifically matching to the actual purpose of Dracarys and how we can lead and resonate with them. And so I do a lot of screening with those individuals to make sure that they match the requirements. And then when I do get a client, I have them go through and I do a bit of a qualification process. I want to really deeply understand what makes them tick. What is
Hmm.
their passion? Where have we become lost with ourselves. Where have we had that fire? Even when we were children, we thought the world was on fire, we could achieve anything. But we're told and conditioned throughout society, throughout norms, no, you can't do that. No, you can't have that. You need to change this. And
Mm.
so you just keep banking that fire down until you become so lost in the day to day of paying the bills, raising the kids, living the life, trying to fit the social profile that's expected of you, that you really forget what is truly resonating within you, who you really are. And that's the clients that we want to work with. We want
Yeah.
to work with them to bring them back from that and really live an authentic, true life. And so thebark.com is a great way for us. I get a lot of references from people. I'm going out and meeting with a lot of organizations at speaking engagements. I'm being asked to come out and talk about that. But I also have an upcoming book called The Fire Within: Igniting Your Purpose. And with that book, that's going to be the first in a series of The Fire Within. And that's going to help people who can use that self-help to guide and master themselves through it on their own time frame. But it's like having me beside them every step of the way.
Absolutely amazing. Allisa, I would love to hear from you a bit more. You have a good amount of strategy here for the leads coming in. When it comes to scale and really taking Dracarys to that next level,
Mm.
how are you approaching the idea of scaling it? And do you have a predictable lead generation method, maybe going into ads a bit more, social media a bit more? Is that the next step for you as you continue to grow?
Yes. Yes, absolutely. So we are now starting a new social media campaign. So I am working with a company to build that out. But I think if I had my chance or choice, I would actually hire a social media director and a team to come in and work full time to really help build Dracarys out with clients and with other organizations, because I want to partner with other organizations or other companies so that we can expand this and so that we can reach more people. And being able to do that comes from, of course, social media, being able to do the podcasting, do those blogs, the newsletters. I'm currently doing a weekly newsletter through my particular website on dracaryscoaching.com. I'm also going out and I'm doing blogs where I'm doing 2 blogs a day on social media posts for people that are getting that information if it can help to resonate with them. And then going out doing the speaking engagements. But yes, the key to all of this is being able to get my message to the people.
I love it. Is this something that you're doing as a solopreneur here, Allisa, or do you have a sales team and some help around the marketing side, or is this just you running the show right now?
This is me right now. This is me.
Wow, amazing on that front. So that another bottleneck that you're looking to solve is bringing on some more help around the sales side, maybe a setter and a closer, especially as you continue to grow, start to push out more on social media, maybe start to include ads in the mix and start to scale. Is that the next step for you?
Yes, yes, it is. It will be our next step. Dracarys was built late last year, so we're relatively new. And to build the entire program, the structure, everything that we needed, it has just taken us to this point. And now we are ready to crack this wide open using the social media and getting the sales out there, getting the closers in. That's definitely the next steps for us.
I love it. I love it. And just clear as day with the passion and the drive that you have, Allisa. That is going to continue to grow and blossom. Truly an honor having you on the show so far, and especially being your first podcast. Incredible that we are your first. So it's been amazing so far. So with that, I know a couple of the bottlenecks that you're breaking through here are going to be around that predictability on the lead gen side as you continue to grow and scale, and then that sales team. Bringing on a sales team to really put you in that founder role and operate everything from the top down. So talk to us a bit about the picture. What does the rest of this year look like? Obviously, you have a lot of things going. You have the book, you have the app, looking to break through those bottlenecks. What are you laser focused on
Yes.
for that continued scale and growth of Dracarys?
So right now I am laser focused on getting my Smart Journal application released. I'm looking to have that released the 1st of August so that users can start going out and using that as they go through their journey of transformation. It's like having me beside you every single day, giving you quotes, inspiration, motivation, and then taking the information that you have given me and being able to align and hit specific targets,
Mm.
specific thoughts, feelings that you're having, and really resonate with you. And for the fire within, it does recommend that you use the Smart Journal to go hand in hand with that because it's been written and developed to go hand in hand with that book. I'll be looking to launch that book early fall of this year. And then from there, I'm sure I'll be going around doing a lot of speaking appearances, book signings, things like that to really help people to understand that I'm trying to get the word out to the masses, that I'm not just a boutique consulting firm. I'm here to serve everyone. And by doing this, that gets me out there onto the social posting. And there's several day shows that have asked for me to come on and speak a little bit around the book, the purpose behind it, the method behind the madness, if you will.
Absolutely incredible. So I do just have a couple more questions for you before you wrap up the show here, Lisa. The first one's going to be as far as the future, right? How do you see the executive coaching industry really evolving in the coming years, especially with your empathy-driven strategic approach? What are you really doing to keep Dracarys at the forefront of that evolution?
Sure. So I think one of the main things is I come from a background in technology, and as that has grown and evolved, I have found that AI, while a lot of people become very intimidated by AI and the quick growth of that, you can actually harness that and leverage that to actually intuitively connect with your clients and to take them a step further. It's not just a cookie cutter approach that I'm giving everyone. I'm giving every single client a unique, personal driven approach, and I'm using AI also as one of my tools. But I built out some proprietary methods and tools that I'm using that I can customize for each and every client that I work with, depending on their goals, their challenges, their timeline, even for how long they're expecting, to achieve these goals. I have
Hmm.
some clients that are looking for an 8-week turnaround. I have some that are looking for a 6 month or 1 year or even longer turnaround. And for that, I customize my programs to meet that. And I think that's what it's going to be about. It's no longer going to be a one size fits all approach for coaching. And it's not going to be the same thing repetitively again and again. It is about being as unique in your coaching as each wonderful individual that you're serving and working with.
Absolutely love that. And then last, but certainly not least here, Lisa, to wrap up the show, what is the best piece of advice that you can offer to our listeners who are tuning in right now? Just heard your incredible journey, and I know are going to keep up with everything that you're doing. What can you leave them
Thank
with
you.
before we wrap up the show today?
I would just say if what we've been talking about today, the way that Dracarys was designed, developed, how it operates and functions to serve you, if that really speaks to you, then let's talk. You can visit on dracaryscoaching.com. You can follow me along as well on LinkedIn or Instagram, or you can even just send me a message. My
Hmm.
email is attached in my website. You know, you don't have to know the whole plan. You just need to take the next step. Trust the flame. Thank you again, Jay, for holding this space. And to every soul who's listening, protect your fire, let it burn through illusion, and lead you back to the future that you were born to create.
That was absolutely beautiful. Thank you so much for that, Alisa. With that right there, that is going to wrap up another inspiring episode of Founders Future. And just a massive thank you again to you, Alisa, for joining me on the show today, your first podcast. And it was an incredible conversation. Looking forward to hearing you do a lot more of these. So, again, thank you so much for sharing your journey, your insights, and again, just the passion and the drive you have. Just a beautiful soul, and truly an honor to have you on today. And to our listeners, if you enjoyed this episode, which I know so many of you have, Don't forget to subscribe to Founders Future wherever you get your favorite podcast, and also learn more about Dracarys Coaching at dracaryscoaching.com for resources like their insightful blog posts, and follow Allisa on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/in/Allisa-Verhille. For more tools to scale your business, visit us at closers.io, where we help ventures accelerate their growth. Until then, keep pushing forward, and we will see you on the next one.